Hello everyone and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Today we played Dawntrail. Kika gave us good news. We've made our ready to set sail. When yet his load Aaronville himself. Do anyone expected us to have a ship to ourselves? I guess not just yet, so if we have any lingering concerns, now's the time to voice them. We call it a concern, but everyone's still clear. As we're doing in Tiralia. We've not forgotten the nation of Tilial is in the midst of deciding the next ruler, and we, as your chosen allies, we have to help you rate succession, yada. In addition to that, we have another objective. As part of its reconstruction, Girl seeks ways to reconcile and re-engage with its neighbors, as you do. By visiting Tyrol, we hope to learn more about its myriad cultures, interact with one another. But we'll pursue this goal in our own time. You can be assured we will contest what we'll do. Well, I ask, otherwise you're welcome to do as you like. To find out about your grandfather. As far as we determined from the old missive I've found, he had been tasked with investigating the Golden City. Yet oddly enough, we have no record of the investigation in our archives, and nothing to explain the earring which accompanied the letter. Those for reasons, both official and personal, I should very much like to get to the bottom of the mystery, as you do. Speak with Papa, you can get your answers right from the source. So do I. In any case, you're not the only one with interest in it. Well, no shit. Golden City is a children's bedtime story. Part of the expedition only because the third promise has committed that I serve as guide. Sure, still playing the part of Stoic's servant, I see. What have you done to dare tell me how you have changed your mind? We sail, not the wind, go wheresoever adventure is found. Won't make you Dawn's servant. And not the first time I helped someone succeed become a ruler. Right then, if we are all committed to the journey, then I say we make the ready to depart.
Savoring the moment? I can feel your excitement, your eagerness to explore the unknown.
Well, for once, the fate of the world doesn't rest on our shoulders. We might even get a chance to enjoy ourselves.
You see something like that and the world was going
Do not be so quick to relax. Oh, Tural may seem but a short sail away on a map. The vast seas between brim with peril. The treacherous waters of Shade's Triangle alone have claimed countless vessels. Even following the safe route plotted by Admiral Bufisvin herself, this will be no pleasure cruise.
Perhaps, but my voyage here was uneventful enough. Disappointingly so.
Oh, knowing you, that implies a lot.
Either way, the two of you have first-hand experience, which will be of great comfort in the days ahead, I'm sure.
Aye, it's nothing new to us.
All aboard! We're casting off!
It's
that's
time.
our call.
I trust you have everything you need?
More or less.
And so does our ship cast off from the docks. We sail west, as Cattenran did some 80 years past, bound for the New World, known to her children as the continent of Tural.
Just wait, Papa. When this contest is said and done, it'll be your daughter who sits the throne. Me, Woklamat!
Would be funny if she fell into the water when she said that. Whoopsie. But, yeah. Of course, that'd probably not end well if she did.
Smooth sailing so far?
Aye, so far so good. But this sea, she's a fickle one. Calm one moment, blowing a gale the next.
Just like my ex. Joking.
I'll take my rest while I can, then.
We left port what seems an age ago now, and we've seen naught but open water ahead. I knew Tural was far, but it's another thing to really know. Speaking of which, some of our fellow passengers have made this trip before. Several times, in fact. I was able to learn a few things about Tuliolal and the right of succession.
Should be interesting, yeah.
Since we still have a long way to go, why not have a chat with them yourself? I'm sure you have questions of your own. look out across these same waters, Grandfather.
Argentine is the name. You know this themes, aesthetics, Nadal, employment within the continent. We visit Charlian, whatever. Hopes of starting anew. I was attempting and failing to find a new job. I seized the change to board the vessel when I overrode room for another player's number. Huh. Oh, I'd make a bet, but I would be very, very biased. Time when we took great pains to maintain the deception. There's some of it. What? If only. Cry. I hadn't heard about the claims. Lamont and Ironville teach us. Actually, you've seen a little chilly in the deck.
We're in for a proper storm, it seems.
Yeah, that's the sea life.
How's your stomach? Any better?
I don't know what you mean. I don't get seasick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just feeling a little nauseous is all.
Right.
Isn't that what seasickness is?
It's caused by something else, genius.
Erenville, you were born in Tural, yes? Do many Vieira live there?
The Chitona, as my people are called, have settlements mainly in the north, in Shaktural.
And your family?
I know nothing of my father, not even his name. As for my mother...
Curious what his mother's like.
Oh dear.
Only those on watch! This wind's too strong to take any sound! I'm going off the mast! We need help! Get in below decks first! Quickly! Before
Come, we should lend what aid we can.
Indeed. You got over your seasickness fast. We're sorry, nauseousness.
I have not seen the ocean rage with such fury before or since. The heaving waves tossed our ship about like a toy, sending sailors tumbling. The dauntless Alizé, quick to the rescue, was almost lost to the sea herself.
If only.
Meanwhile, our champion rushed to deploy the vessel's magical defenses, and thereby shield us from the lightning.
Not unlike Leviathan.
What an extraordinary life she must lead to be able to operate such a device with practiced ease.
Well, comes with the territory.
Voklama, too, threw herself into the rescue efforts, though one might have mistaken her for another soul in distress.
Quite the childhood friend.
By the time the unruly seas had calmed, our strength was all but spent, and we had yet to even glimpse the shores of Tural. In retrospect, of course, that battle against the storm would prove a fitting prelude to the coming contest for the throne.
I said calm before the storm, but yeah. Wakey wakey.
Morning. Joining us for some fresh air?
Mm-hmm.
Seems my belly has settled along with the weather, but I'll feel much better once we're on solid ground. Can't be much farther now, can it?
Don't get seasick, huh?
Seabirds.
You have to be reaching shore soon.
Land must be near. You need only hold out a while longer.
For a dark moment, I thought the ocean might swallow us. Glad to have my pessimism proven wrong.
In other good news, I examined the sailor who took a fall, and he's faring well. I'm sure he'll make a full recovery.
He later
Good
died
news
of scurvy.
If all's well, then we needn't delay in launching the landing boat. Ships have to lower anchors some way from shore.
Right.
Too close, and they risk having their underbellies ripped open by the reefs that crowd Tuliola's coasts.
Yeah, wouldn't want that.
Thanks for bringing us all this way.
We only did what we were paid to do. Couldn't hardly set you adrift halfway.
There you go.
If anything, it should be us thanking you for helping us through that beast of a storm. As a matter of fact, everyone's starting to fancy your chances in the contest. At this rate, we won't be able to lay wagers no more.
Well, with me on the team, it would be hard.
Then I better not let you down. Oh, easy, stomach. Easy.
Yeah, maybe we should get you on land.
We're the last to board. If there's nothing left to say, then let's shove off, shall we?
Let's not say we did. For no reason, I don't know. At the bow.
Blue seas, clear skies, and boundless possibilities. I dare say our destination will soon be in sight.
A bumya. What?
Enjoying yourself for a change?
Yeah, I'm a bunny. The bunny. The bunny. Ooh, I love the bunny.
Look, my friends. Behold the scene of our next great adventure.
Don't love my mom or my dad, just the bunny. Hey, you took off your turban.
We are come to the land you call the New World. To my home, Tural.
Well, whatever that hat's called, it probably isn't a turban. I don't know that much about those kinds of head dresses, so bear with me. Tulioli. Well, this is a bob.
Gods, I've seen cities with an impressive mix of cultures, but this is something else.
Is that a... No. I've never seen Vanu feathers in that color before.
You'll find much here you never knew existed. There may be a sea route now, but visitors to Tuliyollal are still few and far between. And as we don't build seafaring ships, only a handful of Turali ever venture abroad.
Yeah, that explains why you're seasick.
Mamulja sellswords mostly. Those willing to play the fool sail with Lominsan merchants to secure employment in Eorzea.
I suppose that makes us a rare sight in your country.
Rare and currently undocumented. Were there some forms we should fill out, or...?
Forms? Did you forget who you're traveling with?
And we're literally, you know, traveling with royalty. I don't think we need to worry about customs too much anyways.
You are outsiders? Visitors to Tural?
It's a brawl.
We are.
Our nation is soon to hold a right of succession to choose its next dawn servant. We
Yeah,
will
we
not
know.
abide interference from foreign agents seeking to foment trouble. What brings you to Tuliyollal?
It's funny you mentioned that. We're here to interfere, technically. Humble Jaws are from Final Fantasy 11.
I can answer that. These fine people are allies in my succession bid.
Or, as you put it, we're here to interfere with the succession in a way.
Third promise. If you vouch for them, then all is well. Of course.
Please, accept our apologies.
No need to bow and scrape. That our soldiers are so diligent in their duties fills me with pride.
We'll be continuing our patrol then.
Well, well. You really are a figure of authority here.
She's quite literally a princess, Elise.
Are you suggesting I don't look the part?
Not really, no.
Anyway, first things first. I bid you welcome to Tuliyollal.
Tuliyollal. Oh. Very funny, hun. Very funny. Right, first things first. Yep, still dealing with sickness. Still a bit queasy. I'll wear boats for a while. Yeah, probably for the best. We just arrived, but we should get you familiar with the city before the right of succession. Yeah, no kidding. Ordnance there, should be very much like to explore. You're no fit. So you're in condition to do so. We're wondering who strange folks were. For the promise has found herself some followers then followers. Oh, salamat, you're on the well. Yeah, you can say that. Not at all, it couldn't be better. Their promise doesn't get seasick. No sir, that's bullshit. As for my hand-picked entourage here, I've recruited them, helped me win the right of succession, and was about to show them the city over. Sounds lovely, but a group of foreigners is going to attract attention, no shit. Especially if they're in this very company's promises company, everyone will be curious. Siblings have a tendency to command a respectful distance, but you said so easy to approach. Yeah, it's almost like she's I enjoy it so much when you do. Please don't even worry. Too kind. Good day to you. Did have a point. Lamont is technically royalty, like it or not, a person of her station surrounded by many outsiders is bound to draw a crowd. Wait, what do you mean, technically? Suggest we move into groups. Just technically ignoring me then. So you do know what technically means. New trial, come with me. Take the twins. Sounds good. Get in touch once we have a good link. The voyage was hard on all of us. Take it slow. Perhaps we should wait a bit, at least until our stomach subsides. No need for that, I'm ready to go. Yeah, but you definitely look good. I mean, when I'm ready to do something that's strenuous, I puke. This little thing again. Can't say I missed it. I'm just gonna get the aetheryte done with first. Just to get that out of the way. Bayside Bevy, Tuliela's Bull's largest marketplace. Right next to the harbor, everything from fresh fish to imported goods. Yes, we do. Alright, I should mention the Tuliela. With Pell. Don't worry, more trade is coming from yours, yes. So most shops happily accept Gil. There's also Wakumeki, another market. Please, but we can wait another time. Well, I guess this takes me there anyways. Oh well. Guess that makes sense. It's been 3 years staying in Trillian. Fell in love with the nation and its ways. Fair enough. Did you do the tuning thing? Great. Continue. Blah blah blah. Nice little in-lore, explanation as to why they have etherites. And I'm going the wrong way. Alright. I should have gotten that. Oh well. Give me a bright plume post. Landsguard are led by our nation's greatest warrior, and so naturally Papa has commanded them since the beginning. At least until 3 years ago, where Zoral Ja took over as commander. The title is no empty armor. Means the first promise is considered equal to the Dawn Servant. Meanwhile, I haven't even managed to... I'll discuss my brothers and their accomplishments later. Interesting. So the promises are the successors and, well, would-be successors and are acknowledged as such. Which makes sense. Since obviously she was unborn from the Dawn Servant. Massive incident. On the other side is an equally massive bridge to match. Both were constructed by the race of giants, the Yukli. Strictly speaking, Tural is actually two separate continents. Yuk-Tural, the southern lands of the mother, and Zok-Tural, or the lands of the father, which lie beyond the bridge. Legends say that once used to be a great landmass, but long ago two gods found over titanic battle, and when one threw the other to the ground, the impact was so devastating it split the continent in twain. Well, I'm guessing we're gonna have to fight some gods. Familiar sounding tale, and put in mind to the conflict between Hydaelyn and Zodiark. Yeah. I came back to Zok-Tural. Those lands are also part of the Tulioli nation, right? That's right. Wasn't my father incredible? He reunited the people of two continents into a single nation. Many clans of Tural had been at war for generations. Yeah, we've never fought gods before. Especially not in the Alliance raid. It's only when Papa traveled the lands and put a stop to their myriad conflicts that we finally had peace. And that's the main reason I want to win the throne. So I can preserve the peace he built. Well, that's a noble mission. But I see you're more interested in what's behind the bridge, the gate, than hearing my explorations. Well, of course. Crossing the bridge requires a special travel pass. Unfortunately, they won't issue any new permits until the right of succession is over. Yeah, joy, so we can't go there until this is over. Promise to get you one is when I'm Dawn Servant, but until then you'll have to wait. I'll make you win so I can get there. You really mean that? Well, to anyone who stands between you and the adventure, true. I mean, I've literally killed gods over it, so... Okay. I'm going to be able to say here much. Well, I won't expect you to. Please lay down and get ready for bed, baby. Love ya. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. The residents from all over the dawntrail clans, Mamulja, the Brawl, Plu, Moblins, Hanan. We also have the Tonawat, Hitsaru, and Shetona, who moved south from the ancestral lands of Saktaral. In essence, it's a gathering of people from every corner. True representation of the diverse character, the adornments of each building contribute to the eclectic culture aesthetic. So beautiful. Why do you think so? Come on. Dirigible. Neat. Alpaca. Alpaca punch. Okay. Impressive. Dark of the Dawn. The giants were still here. It was known as the dawntrail land gate, but when Papa founded Tulial, well, everyone began to using the present name as in honor of his great achievement. Through the gate is cousin Mock. The wetlands south of the city. Depending on what the right of succession asks of us, we might end up going that direction. Neat. The name alone is intriguing. Speaking of which, what were those fluffy animals we passed earlier? Alpacas. They might be cute, but they sure spit. Those are alpacas. Here's some quite placid to me. That is until they spit at you. Or that llamas. That is llamas. You learn soon enough. You learn soon enough. To get the alpacas, I have something far more important to show you. The llamas spit. Not sure about alpacas, but you know. Maybe she's just not good at riding one. Saga in stone. Okay. Give me 1 second while I collect the rest of the registers just to get that out of the way. What am I missing? Oh, this one. Yeah, well, we'll deal with that later. Pictures, we know the glyphs. They seem to tell series of stories, many of them featuring a two-headed Mumulja. Oh, then this must be... That's right, it's following the exploits of my father, Gulul Jaja. In his journey to unite our lands, we call it the Tliel Saga. He performed in the Bonzi Forge, all immortalized in stone. There's no better way to learn about Tliel came to be. Study them as long as you like. Lay of the Brotherhood depicts the scene where Papa granted an audience to foreign explorer Ket something. Never remember the name. You mean Ketanram? Ah, that one. Ketanram's arrival in Toral was prompted my father to embark on his own journey. Said the two agreed to be close friends, brothers in spirit if not in blood. But no one knows what became of the explorer. Ketanram's disappearance is a mystery to Eorzea as well. The records say he traveled between our lands and yours for a while, but then it was assumed he lost at sea. We have the Lay of the Reeds. This is a story where Papa visited a Hanahanu in the village of Kosomak. The people Alphino mistook for Vanu. Not for the colorful plumage, he spent a bit of time on the Vanu in the Sea of Clouds. So it's no surprise he took interest in your countrymen. Don't know how it is with your Vanu, but our Hanu are a bright and cheerful sort. They hold this one festival every year. Very famous, a lot of fun. Let's see, the Lay of Pots, which depicts the moblins of Kosomak. They might wear odd masks that sound weirdly muffled when they talk, but the gold and silver work they sell, as you'll find anywhere. Moblin goods are the standard. Clearly the Vanu aren't the only people with distant Tyrol. The counterparts, yeah, they're like goblins. Obviously. This one recounts the lay of her past, as you can probably tell. Figure depicted here is as a brawl, like me. For decades, the Sabral and the Mamulja were at war. The actions that Papa took to the end of that conflict have since been hailed as the first steps to the founding of Tilihelio. This is a clan of Hrothgar and Boza. The Hellions. Their society, the women rule as queens and the men serve as devoted servants. In Tyrol's, the Brahmin and women appear to be equal status. Dramatically, culture can be vary from locations. Yeah. If you're done with the first half, we can move to the second. Lay of Gold. Lay of Gold, this pillar shows the Pilu, whose homeland is the Okapak. Having created our currency, the Pelu are rightfully known as the Merchant Clan. They oversee Tiliol's markets, and their traveling peddlers are a common sight no matter where you go. Don't know their size fully, they might be mistaken as children, but beneath those pretty good masks, they are clever and calculated traders. Oh, jeez. What does that sound like? Oh, this one's my favorite, Lay of Ice. Picks a battle between the legendary Tyrol for Dral. Badak Garmenda. Explain that Dral is a monster that has lived far beyond its usual lifespan and waking up supernatural power. Tataru described Far Eastern mass bases in a similar fashion. Could this be the same phenomenon? The Garmanda itself is dubbed the Sky Ruin, named by the destruction and terror visited upon Toral every time it's stirred from its slumber. 8 years or so ago, its ruinous reign came to an end. After a great struggle, Papa and his comrades managed to overcome the raging withdrawal and sealed it away. Despite its reputation, however, it's also a symbol of power. That's why you see its likeness in Turlial's national emblem. Something tells me we're gonna have to fight it. Oops. Papa says he left a blank picture for the next chapter. Fair enough. Always good to be prepared for the future. Lay of proof that Big Pell is the Yokli, largest of the people. These giants once used their great size and strength to establish a dominion encompassing all of Yoktoral. Having brought the southern reaches to heel, they then turned northwards, same sites of Yoktoral. Recalled the massive bridge they built. Sometime after launching their northern campaign, however, they just gave up. They abandoned the lands and they conquered and withdrew into the lands of Okapaka. Never even seen one of the kind, much as lit in the city. This was a people with power and resourcefulness to raise a temple on the mountaintop and build a bridge across the sea with stone. What moved them to renounce their ambitions? That's a very good question. Can you fill of history then? Great to hear it. I feel awfully hungry all of a sudden. I was surprised to see that I couldn't help but keep anything down for a while. Yeah, but now I think it's ready to eat again. So let's go and have ourselves a bite of local delicacy. Come, I'll take you to the best restaurant in the city. Sound of that. Let's go. You had me at food. You ever had tacos? They're totally all classic. Yes, I know what a taco is. Okay, so we go down. That makes sense. We get to the small restaurant, but now there's another side. There we go.
Brook-Evo! My companions must sample your heavenly tacos. One for each of us, please.
Right away, promise. And I'll pack them tight with my choicest feelings. Only the best for you and your friends.
Did you hear the Silver Scares are back? Seems their overseas foray ended in disaster. More than half their...
It's an interesting...
Aye. And now keen to rebuild their broken reputations, the survivors seek the Golden City. A fool's errand. How many hopefuls have disappeared in search of that fable? They should count their lucky stars they came home alive at all.
The legend of the Golden City is well known here, I take it.
I would hope so.
It is, but as no one's ever seen it, many question if there is any truth to the tale. Like our skeptical Erinville.
Yeah, he's a
I
prude.
can't imagine the Dawn Servant would request a formal survey for a place that doesn't exist.
Especially one that was so secret, is to request that.
Now to find a spot with a pleasant view to enjoy our crunchy spoils.
Oh, rude.
Oh.
Oh, hey, Dad.
If it isn't the
Or,
third
no.
promise.
I guess you're one of
Oh.
her brothers.
No.
Asshole.
I don't know these ones. New salt.
Dredge from foreign waters is my guess, brother.
Of course, that's it. Wuklamat is so afraid of the coming contest that she went crying for special help.
You say that, but wouldn't it be funny if you're the one who hired Urianche and Thancred?
Was there something you wanted, Bakul Jaja?
The third promise remembers us!
Dick.
Such an honor.
Glory on your name, brother.
And on yours, brother.
I know my rivals for the throne. Nothing more.
Yeesh.
Another child of the Dawn Servant?
Quite literally in this case, I would assume.
No, this brute.
We have no ties to that
Oh.
farce of a family.
Never mind then.
Unlike the sneevling housecut, we are blessed siblings, the elevated chosen. We alone are fit to succeed Golul Jaja as Dawn Servant.
Prick.
All peoples are equal in Tulihiolal. Your heritage gives you no greater claim to the throne.
Ha! Shall we test that idea here and now? See if your strength is equal to ours.
I'd happily beat your ass.
None of this has any bearing on the right of succession, correct? Best not waste your energies on pointless scuffles.
Oh, pointless is a nice way to put it. I kick his ass.
The kitten comes to the house cat's defense.
Pathetic. Since when was our nation overrun by mewling weaklings?
Listen to me, you.
Can we just kill him? I want to kill him.
A two-headed mamulja. I knew of them, but that's the first I've seen in the flesh.
Some get it into their twin heads that they're destined to follow in my father's footsteps. So they travel to distant lands to hone their battlecraft. Those are likely the ones you've heard about.
Are there other two-headed claimants?
No, just Bakul Jaja. Even in Tural, his kind are far from common. The Mamulja people largely belong to one of three clans. The Hubigo, the Bunewa, and the Dopro. Every once in a great while, a two-headed offspring is born from a union between the brown-scaled Hubico and the blue-scaled Bunewa. The child grows to possess immense strength.
Makes sense.
Blessed siblings indeed.
Forget them. Let's go and buy more tacos. I can think of nothing better to rid me of this bad taste in my mouth.
You and me both. Well.
Enjoying your tour of the city, I trust?
We've
seen our share of notable sights and took a moment to rest. As such, we're ready to present ourselves at the palace for the rite of succession. Shall we meet you there?
The palace it is. I'll let Wooklamart know.
Well, so much for tacos.
Destiny calls. Perhaps we can return for more tacos later?
So it goes.
The struggles of being a princess. Even if in just title. Grab that last etherite, and then I'll just head to the palace. Amazing how such a great person can have the sons that are, well, pricks. But, that's nothing new. Sadly. Acquainted twins. Their unbridled enthusiasm made it rather difficult. Invariably, something would catch their eye, spurring them to run down an alley. It's like excuse me. It's like herding a pair of unruly corals. Yeah, I know how that feels. Well, not really the corals part, because I've never, had such, but, people like that are... I understand all too well, Charlene has the same effect on me. Right then, now it's time we saw the inside of the palace. Papa will want to know I'm home. Meet the allies I've chosen. Given how impulsive he is, though, I'll tell you what we might be in for. Oh, hey. Palestinian ever being the little fighter?
Estinian? When did he get here?
More to the point, why is he here?
Having a fight with the king.
You know this man?
Yeah, you could say that.
Whenever my father spots a promising opponent, he invites them to Sunperch to duel. Pressing duties or no, he can't resist a good fight.
Fair enough.
So the one Estinian is crossing blades with.
It is the nation's king.
That will do, Spearman. I will receive my darling daughter.
Yo.
Know that you are the strongest I fought in many a moon, if not longer. It is the privilege of a life long lived to face such a formidable soul.
Yeah, well, I'm here.
If it's formidable you want, then look no further than that woman there.
Yeah, I've literally killed gods.
I see you, warrior.
And I see you. Being acknowledged by a person like him. So where
We had no idea you meant to visit Tyrrell.
I've seen what lies east. This time I chose west.
Fair enough.
And thus did our itinerant dragoon make his rounds.
You still, wasting your
You
wallet?
witnessed our bout. If you thought he was fearsome, that was with one head dozing.
I'm not sure I understand.
Well, his left head was asleep.
The old man has been feeling his years. The uncovered side is the head of resolve, and age has only deepened his love for combat. But the head of reason, wiser of the two, sleeps more and more these days. As I understand it, the veil helps with the restoration of his magical energies.
Makes sense.
Enough about me, Lamati. I want to hear of your adventures.
Lamachi.
A term of endearment. It's what my family calls me.
Well, does that care about you anyways?
Oh. When last did we see you in the palace? Greetings, Solonesh.
It's Erenville now, Don Sarat.
Oh.
I took the name while abroad, and have since grown accustomed to it.
Well, yeah, but here are basically trans people. Well, female to male anyways, so perhaps the new name.
Erenville, then.
Interesting.
And these others? I assume are Lamati's recruited allies.
Indeed.
Ha! Old-tempered steel. Yet as much as I'd enjoy testing their metal, the hour of the right is at hand. I will summon the other claimants at once.
Then I shall leave you to it. Good fortune, my friends.
To you as well, Estinian. Too bad you won't join us. Fashionably late.
The claimants are assembled. The first promise, Zorolja. The second promise, Gwona.
Gwona. He's cute.
The third promise, Uklamat.
And the fourth promise, an asshole.
And lastly, the chosen of Mamuk, Bakun Jaja.
It's not a promise then. Asshole.
You four will compete in the rite of succession, the outcome of which will decide who takes my place as Dawn Servant.
Oh, he's a machinist.
I am not the man I once was. My wiser half sleeps the days away. And it is time I yield my position.
Sadly.
But mine is a torch that has never been passed. Tuliyola is young. And so I look to thee always for inspiration. The rite of succession. The means by which the autarch of Mamuk was chosen. Only the two-headed were deemed fit for this contest. But the Tuliyola I built is a nation of many peoples. Our leader needn't have two heads, nor be a Mamulja at all. So I gave the right of claimant, not only to the son I sired, but to my adopted children as well. Yet the opportunity to rule was still not equal. That is why a recent tournament offered a place in the contest as the winning prize.
Now you have us to compete against. Oh, though it seems the one-head was already too afraid to face us in the tournament.
Our brother was in Shok Tural leading the Landsguard on a campaign to eradicate a Tural Vidral. Anyone with sense would know he was too busy for games.
Now for the part you've been waiting to hear. The nature of the contest itself. To triumph in the right of succession, and thereby claim our nation's throne, you must travel the lands of Yoktural. And find the City of Gold.
Huh. Wasn't that convenient?
If I may, Father.
Speak, Gwona.
The Golden City is an ancient Turali legend, but after so many failed attempts to find it, the story has become more fairy tale than fact. If you would charge us with such a quest, are we then to assume you have proof of the city's existence?
I offer as proof my unbroken word, for I have seen it with my own 4 eyes.
The city's real. All those years.
This was before the founding of Tuliyola. I traveled the lands of Tural with my companions. And we ended our journey at the gates to the Golden City. I mean to have you do the same. But in order to achieve victory proper, you need to break the seal I put in place.
Well, where are the contests?
Bring them.
Guessing Kalna is the one who hired Thinkard and Rianche. He seems rather studious. Proofs.
The Tuliyola saga.
You will retrace the path I walked to unite our peoples, step by step.
Makes sense.
Along the way, 7 chosen electors will be waiting to measure your worth. Earn their keystones by performing the feats they ask of you. Once you've fitted each of the 7 tablets with the keystone, you'll have the key to unlock the seal on the Golden City's gates.
So the contest is in stages, none of which can be skipped by rushing to the ultimate objective.
Indeed. Only
Exactly.
one person can get it done.
Exciting, isn't it?
Martial tournaments, hunting festivals, and now this? You do so love your contests, Papa.
Were I a few years younger, I would have joined in myself, giving you a proper challenge.
Well, that would kind of defeat the point, wouldn't it?
You may think the ride is tedious or nonsensical, or both, but I am yielding our nation's throne. Let me have this final indulgence.
A waste of time. Just name Bakunja just successor and be done with it.
No. It's that kind of logic
Rite
that
of
doesn't serve
cessation
it.
begins now. I'll be watching you progress with great interest. And Clemens, remember to collect your tablets before you leave.
So there's 7 tablets for each of us.
You are one of Lamachi's allies. Speak freely.
I am Cryle Baldessian, representative of the students of Baldessian. My name is perhaps familiar to you? It would seem you sent this letter to my orders some years ago. The ink has since faded and much of the writing is illegible. Even so, we managed to determine the essence of it. A request to investigate the Golden City, addressed to my grandfather, Galuf. Included with the correspondence was this earring. A fairy tale and a piece of jewelry were enough to convince my grandfather to sail halfway across the world. So there is surely some greater mystery at work here.
Indeed.
On behalf of the students, I've come to seek clarification on the matter. Have you any knowledge you might share with me?
No, not at this time.
Can't spoil the fun,
I
can we?
have tasked the claimants with finding the Golden City. To fulfill your request would afford one of them an unfair advantage in the right of succession.
That's fair. Wouldn't want to.
But once the contest is decided, I plan to entrust the entire truth to my successor. If you want to hear it, then you had best help Lamachi win.
We'll do our best.
Very well, Dawn Servant. On my honor as a student of Baldessian, I will find your Golden City. Thank you for hearing my petition.
How about that? She's grown into a remarkable young woman. You should be proud, Galuf.
Indeed she has. Well, as much as a lava can. Being, so tiny.
Too late to change your mind now, I suppose.
True.
But are you sure you wish to be part of this?
Wouldn't miss it for the world.
Our third promise is not wont to take no for an answer. Though you may have agreed to help, I worry that you were... Or perhaps you've been lured by the glory of the Golden City.
That definitely is part of it.
Either way, this contest for the throne will place you and yours at the heart of political turmoil.
Yeah, not the first time.
If you are second-guessing your decision, tell me now. This may be my last chance to help you withdraw.
Life is a series of journeys, my friend. And there's no telling what awaits us on the long road. But what's important is to be true to yourself. Only then can we hope to be content when we arrive at the end of one and step forward into another.
Is that so? I will speak no more of it then. As for my own involvement, I can no longer conduct myself as a mere guide, I think. Not after the Dawn Servant's revelation.
You do love your Gold City.
Here they come!
It's Saralja!
Such a fearsome name. Make no mistake, there goes Tuliola's mightiest warrior.
First promise. Our village needs aid. The cold weather stunts our crops, and the children of our village go hungry. Once you ascend the throne, I beg of you, grant my people new lands, please.
Kiss house.
Serelja. Take heart, tiller of the soil. The resilient son, blood heir to the Dawn Servant, has heard your pleas.
No.
Soralja, the first promise and commander of the Landscape.
Indeed.
Serelja, the palace seer. As he was so careful to remind the crowd, Soralja is indeed the natural child of Gurul Jaja.
And Resilient Son, is that another title?
After a fashion. Common knowledge has it that two-headed Mamulja cannot sire children. Yet Soralja was born all the same, with the head of Resolve's features and the head of Reason's scales. An extraordinary example of life's unyielding resilience.
Indeed.
And a warrior's reticence. He says little, but the way he moves... I know a hardened soldier when I see one.
He's a natural swordsman, a gift he inherited from his father. Some even say that the son has already surpassed the sire. Should he come to power, the first promise means to employ that martial prowess in the conquest of foreign lands. For this, he and his supporters have been labeled expansionists.
Makes sense.
This puts him in direct opposition to Wuklamat, who advocates for the preservation of peace. You may recall that she spoke of a claimant who cannot be allowed to rule. That is Soralja, the warmonger.
Yeah, we don't want that to happen. Last thing we need is a world war.
Kyle, are you alright?
The echo. It gave me a glimpse into Zoralja's ambitions.
And yet it didn't give me...
Deep and unknowable, like an abyss. Yet at the same time, a roaring, unquenchable fire.
Wow, that's disturbing.
It was a trifle terrifying, to be frank.
I thought your name was Kyle. Kitty.
Second promise, you must bring us more marvelous conveniences. More dirigibles and trains and the like. We need you in charge to make trading easier. The elders, they complain and complain about abandoning tradition. But we're not like them, afraid of everything foreign and new. You have our wholehearted support. With your ingenuity and knowledge, you're sure to win the contest.
Forgive me, but the right of succession is barely begun. I will hear your petitions if and when I am named Dawn Servant.
We get that.
If you will excuse me.
No.
Plain spoken, as always. That's Arcona. Practical to a fault.
Here we have Kona, the second promise, who spent time as a pupil at Charlian's own studio.
Now that you mention it, I think I did see him in the halls once or twice. There was nothing to suggest he was Turali, much less from a royal family.
That was by design. He forwent his usual garb and took an Eorzean name to avoid attention.
So it was Kona who introduced the dirigibles. And the railway too, given what we just heard.
In furtherance of his goal, to enrich Tuliolal with every bright notion he learned of in Charlia. He is the hope of those who prize innovation.
Makes sense.
As aloof as he may seem, Kona and Wuklamat actually get along rather well. They bicker and banter as only close siblings do.
Oh, seems like they're the only ones. And there's the jackass.
How gracious of you all to cheer the lesser Clavons.
Well, fuck you too.
Oh, come now. What are you afraid of? I'm no different from your Dawn servant. That my kind should reign is Mamulja tradition, and has been so since before there was a Tuliyola. I'll brush aside your feeble contenders, and then you'll see who deserves your fealty.
You deserve a knife to your throat.
Well said, brother.
The Mamulja have finally found peace in Tuliolal. A pity those fanatics are intent on keeping that tradition alive.
Indeed.
The chosen of Mamuk, Bakul Jaja, winner of the recent martial tournament, and the only claimant not of the Dawn's promise. His strength is undeniable, but you see how he is. A few devoted Mamulja are his only supporters.
What would he do with the throne should he win it?
I don't want to know.
His policies and so forth? I doubt he's thought much beyond winning the contest itself.
I doubt he thinks a lot.
But one thing seems certain. If he does become Dawn servant, he will see the Mamulja exalted as the ruling class, and all others forced into subservience.
Sounds like another that cannot be allowed to rule.
Indeed. And everyone disperses. Guess she's not very fan favorite.
We wish for one thing and one thing only, Third Promise. To abide together in harmony with our neighbors whom we love in this land we share. It is our way, the Turoli way.
Galul Jaja built for us this peaceful nation, and we beg you to preserve it.
You have my word. I won't let your pleas go unanswered.
Until Tuliolal was founded some 80 years ago, this continent was ravaged by war. The eldest among us remember that dark era, and they are Wuklamat's most ardent supporters.
Apologies, it's hard to get away. This is Namika, my childhood nursemaid. She's been like a mother to me my whole life. I told her it wasn't necessary, but she insisted on seeing us off.
I place our precious Third Promise into your care.
Did you know Wuklamat was taking part in the rite of succession?
Of the Dawn's promise? I thought it was only Zoralja and Kona. If she has any accomplishments to her name, I've yet to hear them.
Compared to the two Mamulja, she pales in martial prowess. And then there's Kona, who's far and away the most educated of the bunch. I hate to say it, but it's hardly a competition.
Well, fuck you too.
It's fine. More than anyone, I understand how much better my brothers are than me.
No.
Better? Woklamat. I have never thought of you as the lesser sibling.
Far from it.
Your brothers may excel in their respective ways, but you boast qualities that both lack. A strength that is yours alone.
Thank you, Namika. Well, we ought to be on our way.
Indeed.
Yes, hurry along. I await word of your victory with bated breath.
I don't want to hold your breath too long. You're kind of old. Good old underdog story. We have to go through the path he went. That means we do have to kill that thing. Fun. That's gonna be interesting. So missing something. The glyphs appear to be identical. The only difference being that the tablets have hollows where the keystones are to be fitted. So we've established that the scenes are the same. Where do we go from here? For instance, we were to retrace the path he walked in, uniting people, that we would encounter several electors. Then we have to answer right in front of us, obviously. No exact locations. When it's close, we could go there and search for the elector. That would be to confirm we are on the right track. Landed Blade of Reeds was in the nearby Hanu Hanu. It'll take me there once. So during the festival season, the whole village was alive with good cheer. There's a lay of gold, one involving the Pelu Pelu, which is about the same distance from here. So 2 paths. You should ask around. Yeah, fair enough. We'll talk about is toward the city. That storm we passed through the sea apparently ravaged Tural. Since our roads are not as well paved as at Georgia, they're some more susceptible to damage from natural disasters. Fair enough. Be prudent to ensure we are prepared for the journey. Guide you to the accommodations. Alright. You know, well, come on. Don't mind to leave our companions with you. Go track the 3rd promise and see if you recognize your gear. Give me this house up above. Tie. Condo. There you are. So we better get it from the locals. These 2 hail from the villages. Nice. Give you credit for taking initiative, at least. I mean, at least. I'm honored their promise as I take my advice. I'm happy to answer your questions. There might be an opportunity to do business. Before we begin, there will be doubtless be other occasions when we need to act independently. Linked shells. Nice. Link Pearl. Gemstone harvested from a special cell. When linked together, they allow people to communicate along great distances. They're quite handy. That'll be useful in our travels. Speaking of which, I should get back to introducing my 2 new friends. Well, with that, I'm gonna go to bed. I will see you guys next time. Thank you.